Yo, 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 welcome back to the MMA Short Show. As always, your boy, Stephen Moustaris. And guys, look, I already talked about UFC 289, did it probably 20 minutes after the show was over. If you guys want to go check that out, it's definitely up here and everything. I spent probably like 15 minutes talking about the card and whatnot. And, man, the one thing I do want to talk about real quick, and, maybe it's not the greatest topic or whatever, but, honestly, I don't give a shit. It's something I want to talk about. And it's just the disrespect that I'm seeing for Beneil Dariush right now. Like, guys, like, when I did a video last week, talking about how I thought Charles Oliveira and freaking Beneil Dariush was going to go that whole fight, I think we're all pretty honest here that we kind of knew Charles had more, probably more tools in the toolbox to come out and win against Beneil Dariush than Beneil might have had against Charles Oliveira. But at the same time, like, just the run that this man's been on and everything, like, anything could have happened. Dude's a dog. He's great all around, everywhere. And, it's just a little tough to be sitting here. And I even broke it down last week. I said it at the end of the video, and I probably just put the clip up before this. But, it's just talking about how, like, it's probably going to be, it's easy to see if Beneil loses that people are going to go writing him off. Like, oh, was it even that impressive? Wins over Diego Ferreira, freaking, a Tony Ferguson who's lost a bunch. Like, a win against Matisse Gamrot, who just kind of looked like, against Jalen Turner. Like, yeah, it could be easy to sit here and, pick him apart and be like, oh, we've overrated him and all these things. And I'm seeing all these big, MMA news, channels and news outlets and everything coming out here and, saying we've overrated him and he wasn't that good. And it's like, guys, like, hold the fucking phone, man. Beneil Dariush is a dog. He is elite. I don't care who you are. Not only just to win 8 times in the UFC, like, to win 8 times in the UFC alone means you're an elite fighter. You are a dog. You are meant to be there. But to win 8 in a row, I don't care what level it is. I don't care if you just got into the UFC, and I don't care if they're ranked guys. And it means even more if they're ranked guys like Beneil Dariush was taken out. But you win 8 straight in any point in your career, even if you're not even in the UFC yet. 8 straight in Bellator, 8 straight in PFL, 8 straight in 1. Like, that shit's impressive, man. That shit is hard to do. We see guys all the time who we think should not lose go out and lose to a guy they shouldn't have lost to. And then all of a sudden we're sitting here. He loses to maybe, like, honestly, Charles Oliveira, if he's not one of the top 5 best lightweights of all time, he's top 2 right now. He's number 1 outside of Islam Makhachev. And I really think, guys, you're talking to somebody who really thinks, I really think Oliveira does have a chance to beat Islam. I don't know how many times he could do it out of 10 times, but he's definitely capable of beating Islam Makhachev. And, Beneil Dariush goes out there, has a pretty good showing at the first part of the round. Like, honestly, looked good, had some nice control, was showing his, his defense or submission defense that I was really talking about, show his flexibility, had a couple nice little punches in there and everything. He just got caught by one of the most elite fighters out there, guys. That's just what happens. That's what these guys go out there, 2 elite guys. Somebody's going to have to lose. And I just can't stand watching this shit, man, when these guys are out here talking about, like, really, really highly respected news channels, man, are out there. And I'm probably putting them up right now and blasting them out there on Twitter and shit. I've seen them all over. But, saying, we've overrated him. Oh, Beneil really wasn't that good. All these stupid things. I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit. Like, he lost to one of the most elite fighters in the UFC or in the world. Like, dude, guess what? That shit's going to happen. If those guys fight 10 times, I really strongly believe, I don't think Beneil, I don't know if they'll win 5 and 5 each, but guess what? There's going to be a different outcome every single time. Maybe the first time Charles knocks him out. Maybe the second time, maybe he submits him. But then that third, fourth, fifth time, Beneil's going to get one of those. Beneil's going to have one of his days. He could probably knock out Charles if it landed right. He could probably submit Charles if he had him rocked or something. Like, it's just really fucking annoying. And I can't stand, like, as much as I love Tony Ferguson and stuff, but, like, I didn't see people dogging him either, like, unless you were a Khabib fan. Like, people still love Tony Ferguson. And it's like, Tony loses when he's on his 12-fight win streak or whatever he was on. And it's, oh, he's old. He just had, too long of a run. He got caught up too. But then you got somebody like Beneil Dariush loses, and it's, oh, he's overrated. He wasn't that good. No, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, I just can't stand that shit, guys. Like, this is the elite of the elite. Guess what? This shit's going to happen. You think Leon Edwards is going to beat Kamaru Usman 10 times out of 10? Was Kamaru Usman overrated just because Leon Edwards beat him? You know what I'm saying? Like, was Max Holloway overrated just because Volkanovski got him? Like, that shit just pisses me off, man. You guys could win. Like, even Jim Miller right now going on his little run. All these guys, it doesn't matter if you're fresh in the game or if you've been in it forever. Like, to see people go on any run, literally a 4-fight win streak or even a 3-fight win streak in the UFC is massive, dude. Not many people get to say they went on a 3-fight win streak in the UFC, let alone against top-ranked guys, and then let alone 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-fight win streaks. Like, you guys are meant to be there if you're winning fights like that. I don't know, women, male, it does not matter. You guys are dogs. You are an elite fighter, and it's just really tough to watch this sport, one of my favorite sports, and see these athletes just get absolute shit on just because they lost to another trained professional, a trained killer, one of the most elite, one of the greatest fighters out there like that we have today, and especially the guys that we're seeing fight today, like these Charles Oliveira, the Beneil Dariush, like everybody we can name, everybody you saw on that card. They are way more evolved now than what we were watching even 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, with guys, maybe only having 1 or 2, martial arts to their name. Now these guys, if you don't have 3, 4, 5 of them at least mixed well together, you guys are not going to be a good fighter. So, I just hats off to Beneil Dariush. I thought he did great. I thought he had a great performance and everything. He just got caught. And, shouts out to Charles Oliveira. It was the fight that we wanted. And, it just sucks because one of these guys have to lose. And it's just whatever. Because if Charles would have lost, I don't see people going, oh, we overrated him. Beneil's just that man. Like, just wait, guys. Beneil Dariush can come back next month or whatever, 2 months, whatever. I'm sure it's going to be a little longer than that. But, at least announce a fight in the next couple months. And maybe he could get the winner or the loser of the Dustin Poirier-Justin Gaethje fight, goes out and finishes one of them. And then we're right back to, holy shit, Beneil Dariush is the truth. And, oh, my gosh, it was just Charles Oliveira was number 2 in the division at this point. So we lost to the guy who would be a champion right now if it wasn't for Islam Makhachev. So sorry for getting all hot and bothered with this shit. Just annoys me, and I take this shit serious. And, shouts out to Beneil Dariush. I know he won't watch his video probably, but, dude, shouts out to you, man. Great performance. Keep your head in there. You'll be back. Fuck, dude. You can't win them all. You can't win 15 in a row, man. Like, great fucking fight. He'll be back. We've seen him lose before and come back. So, and hey, a loss to Charles Oliveira at this point, you're not going to lose many ranking spots, that's for fucking sure. But as always, your boy, Steven Moustaris. Let's go, baby.